Well, the pharma sector has really had a great quarter, and one of the companies that is yet to declare numbers is Aurobindo Pharma. They will be declaring it this week. Now, when we talk about Aurobindo Pharma, firstly, all the pharma companies have declared numbers, almost most of them, at least the large ones, and most of them have surprised the street as far as their earnings upgrades are concerned. So whether you talk about India business, for some of them US business, cost and margins definitely helping all the companies, and you've seen a spate of upgrades coming in, whether you talk about Dr. Reddy's, you talk about DV's, you talk about any other large company, even Cipla for that matters, have constantly seen upgrades after this numbers. It is one of the best upgrades that you've seen. So going into the number, as others have declared, the expectations are pretty high as to what happens to the numbers. Can they deliver much beyond that expectation? But I would just like to tell that Aurobindo is a different company. They have very negligible presence in India. US is the main market for them, even Europe now, but US and Europe are the main market and not particularly the domestic market, which may be a different case for a Cipla, for a Dr. Reddy's, even for a Lupin and a Sun Pharma. India is a substantial part of their portfolio, but that's not the case with Aurobindo Pharma. Now, when we talk about Aurobindo Pharma, what is the street anticipating? It's an 8% sales growth number. When you talk about the US market, which is 90% of their business or 80% of their business, is expected to be down by about 9 to 10 odd percent. This will largely be because of the sort of lockdowns that you've seen across the country, the lockdowns that you've seen, in India, operational issues. Also, Aurobindo has a lot of direct supply to hospitals. Hospitals were in US or any other country, for that matter, were mainly catering to what's happening as far as the COVID patients go. So the non-prescription drugs, what's happening over there, all of that will be quite important. Now, 2 or 3 key things to watch out for when Aurobindo management will be speaking in. Firstly, there is an INR depreciation that has happened. That will definitely have an impact as far as their margins are concerned. Margins are expected to be close to about 20 odd percent. So let's see what sort of flip does that give to that margin number. Aurobindo has a track record of giving PAT within the range of about 500 to 750 odd crores, 750 of course being on the higher side. This time around, the expectation is close to 720 crores is what the company will be doing. Now, the injectable portfolio in Q1 may of course be weak because of hospitals and their direct supply to hospitals, which may not have resumed full operations, or 1 or 2 months of operations would have gone away. So the commentary on injectable growth, what is their target for the entire year in terms of growth, will all become quite important. So basically what they are seeing over the next 9 months becomes quite important. In terms of debt reduction, company has been on the forefront in the last couple of quarters. Remember, they had a big acquisition that they had to do, but unfortunately that did not go through, and then they used the money to pay back the debt, and the debt has been reducing constantly. They also, over and above that, have been making free cash flow. So what happens on that front, what is the debt guidance that they give, will be very important. Now, Lupin told us that pricing in US is stabilizing. Dr. Reddy told us pricing in US is stabilizing. Sun Pharma on the call said that pricing is looking better than what it was, or at least the downtrend has stopped. Aurobindo is a big player. They do quarterly about 350, 400 million from the US market. So what do they say on that front in terms of pricing, and also for injectable pricing, will become quite important, apart from the debt guidance that the street keenly awaits.